The hero's journey is the call of your soul's purpose. It is one of the most terrifying yet liberating experiences of all time. You are forever changed on this quest to answer the call of your soul, to meet yourself on a deeper level, to experience the life your heart knows is out there for you, to encounter the deliciousness while overcoming the bitterness. It's a journey for the brave. On this journey, you will experience many things, many people, many trials, and many victories. My love muffin. Here is a pick-a-card reading that the divine has guided me to do for the seeker. It is such an honor to be a part of your quest and a part of your journey. It is such an honor to be one of the beautiful souls that get to help you along this journey. So my love muffin, welcome to your very own hero's journey and an update of where you are on your soul's mission. Keep in mind that this is a general reading. However, I've held the intent that whoever stumbles upon this video, that you walk away forever changed, gaining the wisdom, the confirmation you needed to move forward. Let's begin. And hello, my love muffins and enchiladas. It's Tori, the Hope Dilla of Guided Intuitions, and welcome to this pick a card reading. This is truly dear to my heart because currently, guys, when I'm recording this, you know what we are all experiencing with this social distance and quarantine is really having us go within and really define what we want life to look like. You know, why are we here? You know, all of those deep questions. What do I want love to feel like? What do I need to know? Like, we are all going deeper within ourselves. And I got a call to make this pick a card reading for the seeker. And this is going to be a glimpse and see what you are experiencing on your own personal inner hero's journey and where you are on your soul's mission. So I have 4 stones before you, okay? And before we actually get into the stones, and you guys to pick, if you are not familiar with a hero's journey, I am going to link a video. It's 5 minutes, okay? Just so you can get an understanding. But this theme, the hero's journey, has played out in every major motion picture, cartoon, Finding Nemo, that's my favorite one, Star Wars, Harry Potter. This theme is literally everywhere. So if you are familiar, you can go ahead and look at the stones that I have for you, and the timestamps will be in the description box and also in the comments, and you can go ahead and pick the stone for you if you already know what this is, okay? But for the ones that don't, I just want to place this beautiful layout that I found via the internet right here and just give you a mini look at what a hero's journey is, okay? So this is for the seeker. And basically, we all get a call to adventure, a call to step out of our comfort zone, a call to do something different that is going to take us on this course, on this journey, okay, from what we know to the unknown. And in the midst of the unknown is where everything happens, because as we know, nothing grows in your comfort zone. It's very familiar. So there's usually a call from within. It could be the divine spirit, your higher self, whatever you identify, God, Allah, Jesus, it doesn't matter, your angels, all of the above, giving you a call to come higher, okay? You know, and this it's just this inner spiritual knowing, you know, to do something, to act upon something, to go somewhere. So when you answer the call, that's literally you crossing over the threshold. And the threshold is the beginning of a transformation. into the unknown. You know, when you're getting a call to maybe start a business, when you're getting a call to deepen, your personal relationship with the divine, define what it is, move away from, move out of state, out of country, open up in love. It could be a lot of things that you get a call about, but you're being asked to come out of the known and step into the unknown. Okay. And then as soon as you put your little feet from that threshold, you're met with, a mentor, a helper. And in this case, Tori, that is here to help you, as you decide to answer the call of a venture. And when you cross this threshold, okay, you're going to be met with challenges, okay, temptations, things, all of the above. Have you ever tried to do something and then you do it, but then when you first do it, like everything just starts to fall apart, or, it's just like, what happens? That is destined to be, because you are going to be solving issues and learning lessons and growing beyond your wildest dreams, okay? Coming into transformation. And so many things are going to take place, all right? And then I'm kind of like literally skipping some parts. But then, you go through these quests, you learn, you grow. You go through this amazing transformation, changed forever. And then there is the return. The return, but yet you're forever changed. It's like there's a meeting of home within your soul. All right. And that could be in love. When you are learning how to love yourself and defining what it is that you want, and you're moving past settling and, really getting to know yourself, opening up, being vulnerable. Guess what? You return back to what it is that you wanted, but you're forever changed. You're not that same person. And this is going to be my version, okay, shortened, of the hero's journey and where you are on your soul's mission. So we're going to go through 5 phases, and then I'm going to pull some additional cards together and to see where you are in your soul's mission. Okay, my love. So let's go ahead and get started. I have 4 options before you. We have one starting with the clear quartz, okay? And then we have rose quartz, then this beautiful blue stone that my mother gave me. And also, I always mess the name of this stone, but my mom gave that one to me too. So I have 4 choices. I want you to go to the stone that calls to you, and I will see you in the reading that you pick. This is going to be the call. This is the new journey that you are embarking on, or you're getting inspiration to embark on, or even you just can't. Your heart can't settle, okay, until you answer the call. And let's see exactly what that call is. My pick number 1s. Let's see, all of you beautiful souls that picked. Here we go. The call. Let's see. All right, and here we go. As far as what is the call? What journey are you being called to or embarking on right now in this very moment, Love Muffin? And you have the Temple. Oh, this card, okay? I'm not going to read all of them, but I do want to let you know, when we get the Temple, okay, some of the light attributes in this card is reverence for all. Okay. And then some of the more darker aspects of this card is, idols, cults, strict spirituality. So I feel like there's a great awakening happening to you. Okay. And it can look very different depending on but you are having a spiritual awakening right now. Okay. But this card talks about, when we think of the temple, we often envision a place, a structure in a far off land, okay? We are quick to distance ourselves from the sacred, assuming we must expend much effort in order to arrive there. Yet the temple is a universal energy in the highest and lowest, richest and poorest of places. Visiting The temple might be as simple as stepping into a dabble light of the forest, slowly and sensually kissing a lover, or closing your eyes to travel inward. This card is a call to re examine what you pay homage to and what you reject. What do you spend your time worshiping? Your phone, money, material goods? What barriers do you draw between yourself and the sacred? Perhaps there is room on your altar for something new, something surprising, okay? Offer it to the heavens. So basically, my love, this is just some of the things that you're being asked to ponder. What do you hold in high reverence? Okay. Is it in alignment with your heart's desires? I feel like there's a part of you that's being asked to meet your relationships, your spiritual practices, yourself on a deeper level. Do you see how deep these colors are? But I am feeling that it is going to take you some confidence, your solar plex, to really visit these places that you're being asked to go, to really look at these things that you're being asked to look at. Because, let's just do it from boom. One of the things is that I grew up in Christianity, and nothing wrong with that. I'm a believer, Jesus, God, and the Holy Spirit. But one of the things is sometimes with certain religions, there's a seem to be where we will box certain things out, okay? And, Spirit is asking you, what have you boxed out? What have you put on a high level and what have you put on a low level? What you're being asked in this moment of time to reevaluate what's important to you, what matters to you, to really go within on that sacred journal and let the unconditional love, okay, the energy of unconditional love permeate some spaces, and really open you on a whole nother level, realizing that there is no limit to what you can't do. There's no limit to what you can't, the way that you want to reverence God. There's no limit to, who gets this and who doesn't get this, realizing that we're all connected. Okay, guys, if you see a fruit fly, I promise, I apologize. I left some oranges in here. But yeah, you're being asked to really go within and evaluate, basically your whole structure and foundation, and, really look at what needs to go, and, so you can really be open to place something new there, because you're being called on I want to say a deeper level of unconditional love, a deeper level of service to yourself, service to others, service to your relationships, and this can be hectic, especially if you grew up with a mindset of one kind of things where materialistic was all that mattered to you. I feel like you could definitely be having a wanting to find a deeper connection, you realizing probably with what's going on with Corona, like, what, I do want love, I do want a strong relationship. I do want to, all the things that I thought I didn't want, realize I do want that, and going within and seeing what changes you need to make to be able to show up in that form. And then it can look like, with even being spiritual. And, because I feel like a great awakening and, what you probably are interested in probably goes against everything that you were taught growing up. Because my personal relationship with the divine looks nothing like the relationship that I was told to have with the divine. Do you understand me? It looks completely different. You know what I'm saying? And it took me a lot of confidence, had to get really go within and get that courage and have that one-on-one connection with the divine to stand in the place and stand where I am today. And I feel like that's something that somebody is going to be going through, a major heart awakening, a major you connecting with your truth and finding the confidence to stand on it. There's a shift here, and I feel like you're starting to see what is important to you and what's not important to you, and what needs to go and what needs to stay, and just really opening up to the light and the shadow, removing judgment of people, places, and things in certain situations. I feel like you're being, asked to go within right now and evaluate the call of evaluating, like, what have you made important? Is it really important? You know, isn't it better to be more authentic? Maybe you're a person who serial dates, and maybe your heart and your soul is asking, like, we want commitment. And it's all about going within and seeing what keeps you from that. You get what I'm saying? But that's the call. That's what I'm seeing as far as the call for my number one. Pick number one. We're going to put it over here. Okay, so that's the call, the inner temple, going within yourself. Now we're going to take a look and see what's the threshold, what's the obstacle or the habit that you're leaving behind that has held you back previously, when it comes to moving forward in this area, and really going after what it is that you want. And, we got it right here. And that obstacle is the shapeshifter. Feeling like, you don't know how, and with the shapeshifter, it's about really embodying the power, and you really knowing yourself, but, not really knowing how is this going to take place, what's going to happen, if you decide to follow your heart, if you decide to be open to love, if you decide to really reverence the divine, how you want to reverence the divine. Okay. But listen, what you need to know is that maybe you don't see a way of really, going there. But what you need to know is that you can do it. You are never stuck. You are the shape shifter. But I feel like it's all about going within and finding that inner courage, that inner power. Okay. And I love the shapeshifter because you, my love, I want to say that when dark, people pleasing. This is what you need to leave behind. This is the habit that you found yourself in, people pleasing. Okay. And I feel like that really stops you from really honoring yourself, honoring the path that is truest to you, because maybe you feel like you're going to let certain people down. Okay. But what you have to know, that's just an illusion. Okay. And I feel like, you have this, for some, it's like this energy of just going with the flow, even if it's not what you truly want. You know what I'm saying? Like you just, you kind of play it like easy going. It's nothing more than like people pleasing is what I'm seeing. And I feel like in order to really move forward, you have to let that go and make a decision to honor yourself, because the shapeshifter is about the trickster. Okay. The formless. You don't need to confine yourself to one specific belief, one simple thing like unbox. I'm just hearing like it's time to unbox. And I feel like that's the fear of you, that if you unbox your whole heart, your whole self, that that in some form you're going to disappoint somebody, or you're just not going to be accepted. And the underline of that is people pleasing. And I feel like that is the threshold, that the lesson that you've come to really move past now. Okay. You've come to move past that. You've come to that's what you came in this lifetime to, that karmic you came to work out. That life lesson is to, not really care what people say about you, because I feel like there is a beautiful love connection for you. However, this person can look very different than what your spiritual belief is. You're of the same family, and you're going to know this, guys, because there's a pull towards this person. However, it just doesn't look like what the norm is, but you are confining to something that you're not even meant to be, because you're the shapeshifter. The shapeshifter has no form. It can form into many of things. You see all these little objects here, these different squares, these little teardrops and stuff. It can the rainbow, it can form into anything. Okay. And I feel like, even with a job, why are you confining? Because that's the norm and that's what is expected of you. Do what really lights you up. You can do whatever it is. You can have whatever you want. You don't have to label yourself or stick yourself just to one thing, is what I'm seeing right here. And this is your obstacle. This is a threshold. In order to really embark and answer this call, this is what you have to come over. And as I'm saying that, my throat chakra wants to lock up on me. So I know that that's been a people pleasing has been really difficult for you. I know that, from that people pleasing and just, wanting to make everyone happy, but at the end of the day, are you happy? Is what you have to ask yourself. And that, I can see that as being the threshold, because that's literally the key. That's the door that's going to unlock all of the beautiful things, and all of the desires of your hearts, is when you really realize that you're the shapeshifter, that even though an obstacle, it might be, for one person, it might be hard to get under that door when they're this big ass ball, but you can flatten yourself the size of a piece of paper. And I feel like that's really you. A part of that is really you embracing your full potential and just who you are and who the divine, who God, has created you to be. Okay. Now, what we're going to look at next, okay, is going to be the ordeal of it. And keep in mind that after I do this, I do have some cards that are already, shuffled, where we're going to just see where you're at on your soul's journey. And then I'm just going to place all the cards out, and then I'm going to freeform and just tell you what I'm seeing. Okay. So now that we did the call, the threshold, this is the call. This is what you're being asked to look at. Okay, this is where you're being asked to, step through. And the ordeal, this is the deeply profound challenge or dilemma you will face along the way of really crossing that threshold. And I feel like this is what scares my pick number ones, or my clear quartz. Okay, now it makes sense why you got the clear quartz. Okay, you know what? We're gonna take it, guys. Oh, the hunter. So listen, I feel like, by you feel that if you honor your heart, or honor, opening yourself up, coming out of the box, letting go and really following your heart. For some of you, I even feel like this is in your sexuality, and just really, not conforming yourself. And also, with that, I'm saying just going after the partner that you truly want. Also with on your spiritual journey, because cults and, heavy religion came up, so that could be something that you're, struggling with. And you feel like if you really honor yourself, and if you do what the divine, what God and you has discussed, that you're going to be hunted. Okay. You're going to be hunted is what I'm seeing. So also with the this card right here with the hunter, I feel like if you don't take heed and listen to, the call of really, unboxing yourself and going within and just to see what really matters to you, and, taking that time to remove the judgment and just see all in the energy of unconditional love. Now, remember, the ordeal is a deeply profound challenge or dilemma you will face along the way. This is the lurking shadow that will reveal itself so you can grow. Listen, here it is, point blank. When you decide to honor yourself and do what it is that you want, you're going to have certain people that clap for you and have certain people that don't clap for you. And you have to learn to be okay with that. That's just a part of, really honoring your soul mission, honoring who you are, honoring the divine, honoring the desires of your hearts. That's something that you can't get away from. And I feel like, my thing is, if you don't really allow yourself to express yourself, or you don't allow yourself to, really go within and figure out what means what to you, with the temple, going on that inner spectrum of yourself. We have the hunter hunts. They are on the precise mission with an aim. To return home empty-handed would be to fail, which is not an option in the hunter's eyes. This archetype will, Journey far and wide, seeking the prize that calls to its heart or stomach. Tales of bravery and feast of strength often result, creating a life full of adventure. The hunter is skillful, quick, decisive, and results oriented. Like the great hunting goddess, okay, who carries her quivering upon her back, the hunter typically has a weapon of choice. When this card appears, it is critical that you ask three questions. What am I hunting? Why am I hunting it? And is the weapon I hold so tightly in my grip truly needed for the task at hand? And this is bringing you right back to the temple. You're being asked to examine what cause are you standing for? What does that feel like? What does that look like? Is it in alignment with who you are? Are you shunning people? Are you, not being open into love? Are you, more materialistic? Are you not materialistic enough? Like, everyone, it's going to be different, okay? However, right now you're being asked to step up, and I feel like, if by not doing this and not stepping up and not answering the call and not coming over the threshold and not, realizing that sometimes, believe it or not, people pleasing. Think about Instagram. Instagram is the most place where we post things, some post things, majority, let's be real, post things for likes and reaction. That's why it's always good to do like fasts and not get caught up in that and not lose yourself, you know what I'm saying, in that, and make that your only validation. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, it says when this card is in the light, it's all about focus, energized, respectful, seasoned, okay? And then when it's more of the dark, it's irresponsible, okay? Violent, poaching. So just making sure that you're going, what are you going after? What are you hunting? Because as a great hunter, you have to know what you're hunting. And I feel like that's what you're discovering right now in this moment. What means this to you and what doesn't mean this to you? You get what I'm saying? You're getting clear on what it is you're hunting. So that's what I'm seeing, and just be mindful of that energy. Also, with the hunter, it says when you activate the hunter archetype, you are aligning your energy with the great creators of the world and the creatures of the world, the lion, the wolf, the tiger, the shark. So do with care. So I feel like, there's a great measure to see what are you holding in high esteem, and some of the one of the things that I had to realize, in even with my spiritual thing and defining my spiritual journey, is, though I love Jesus, God, and the Holy Spirit, there was a lot of things that, I feel like in Christianity that didn't really oppose with what, felt good to me, because I feel like everyone is an extension of the divine, and I just didn't want to cast out certain people, gays, or you know what I'm saying, like I didn't want to judge anybody. That was just not my thing. And you're talking to a girl who sung praise and worship, you know what I'm saying, like I was there every single day, Sunday, Wednesday, you know what I'm saying, like I was on the church committee for me, and I really had to take a look and just see, what was best for me. And I feel like somebody is going through that, and you have to realize, I just remember waking up one day saying, why am I here? What is all of this for? It just wasn't in alignment with who I was, and I didn't understand what we were hunting, what we were gunning for. It just didn't make sense. But I had to go away and discover what that was. And I was shunned, and maybe it's in love, maybe you thought you liked this particular type, and you're realizing, what, maybe I need to be open, and maybe I need to do this, maybe open to other things. It's all about defining on the inner quest what is important to you. That's the main thing that's coming up. All right. And dealing with whatever may come up that's stopping you from really being open, be it yourself, a person, place, or thing, from, pursuing what is important to you, is what I'm seeing from the divine. So far we have the temple, the shapeshifter, and now the hunter. So the next thing that we're going to go ahead and answer, my loves, is, I want to say the boon. And the boon is the reward, the wisdom, skill, or blessing you will attain on the journey. This gift is mystic by nature and can't be found in certain comfort. So I feel like by you really just stepping up, doing that, defining that inner temple, aligning, what is problematic, or what is morally or your integrity for yourself, realizing that you're the shapeshifter, that you're never stuck, you don't have to confine, you at any moment you can change your mind, you can be open. All right, defining what it is that you're hunting. What are you? You're the hunter. What are you hunting? Is it in alignment with your truth? Is it in alignment with your heart? The mission that you feel that you're here to do. So I feel like when you do that, this is what is going to be gifted, or bestowed upon you. There we go. That's a good word. What's going to be bestowed upon you? My pick number 1. So let's see exactly what that is. Okay, let's see. We got the crone. Did I say that right? I think I did. Okay. So I hope I'm saying that right. But if not, as far as the gift that you're going to unlock, my love, when you really get clear, and I feel like you go within that inner temple, be it on a materialistic level, going within and defining, what really matters to you. And I feel like for some, it could be, removing yourself from materialistic treasures, because as now, if you're in the corona, we all see that that really doesn't matter. All the clothes, all the shoes, all the jewelry, all of these things is really, it's really kind of pointless. You get what I'm saying right now in this time, as we're experiencing this, it's more so about what you have on the inside. It's what's going to fuel you through those times. And I feel like that's what you're defining, connecting even with your faith, and defining what that is to you. Because I feel like when you do that, and even on because I feel like it's either you're gung-ho, like a materialistic, or you're really defining what that means, or on love, defining what that means, or even like on a spiritual aspect, really defining what it is on a spiritual belief that you are in alignment with. Okay, that's what I'm seeing. And I feel like when you dare to tip the scale, love muffin, this is when you're going to really define that you're going to manifest the life and manifest certain things, be it in love, be it in career. And I really feel like the law of attraction, really realizing that you're a co-creator, that you are the shapeshifter. If you've realized that it's been hard financially, or, maybe you have the stats, but you don't have the green to go with it. Maybe you've been seeking, trying to do things for materialistic gain, which you need to go within and get and do it like an inner healing. You get what I'm saying? And that's going to manifest all of the things that you've been seeking before you enter your inner temple. And just also knowing, even in, because I see like in most religions, it's more so if you do something, for God, or if you do something for Allah, the divine, whatever word you identify, that's more so when you get what it is. But honestly, no, that's not the way that I've experienced it, and being in the presence of the divine. So I really feel like I felt needed to say that, but I feel like somebody's going to be shifting their relationship with the divine and realizing that. And that's when you're going to come into your power. And that's when, everything is just going to start making sense. If it ain't making sense right now, baby, I promise you, when you do those things, answer the call, come over the threshold, look at what it is that you're hunting. So I feel like when you do that, love muffin, this is when you're going to come into your power, the crone, okay? Now, don't freak out when I say this. But we got the witch, the old woman, the sage. So we know that we use sage to clear out our atmosphere, and I feel like this is when you're going to become a shapeshifter. This is when you're really going to come into operating or even activating your life purpose. Okay. The witch, I just see it as being the mystic, really gaining that power, and the old woman, the wisdom what it is that you need. Okay. So this card is all about the magic, clairvoyance, psychic, intuitive, wise. So I feel like you're at a time in your life where Maybe what was important to you now is not important to you. And I really feel like a spiritual awakening, an awakening of your third eye, of your magic, your clairvoyant, psychic, intuitive wisdom. Okay. And I feel like the reason why, with, depending on how you decide to use this energy, and to use this gift, to use who you are, just the embodiment, for me, I choose to use my gifts and just who I am on a whole level, to just invoke light and just to help people, get through the shadows, and activate who they are on a whole level. That's even like in certain relationships, we know that we can go in it loving, nice, kind, and we can be loving, kind, or we can be, a hot mess. It's all about defining how it is that you want to share yourself with the world. Okay. But I feel like when you do that, this is when you're going to come into the power, and it's all going to make sense, and it's going to be made very clearly, okay, that it is not in vain. So let's just see what the return is, what you're going to be returning home to. And this is like almost like a return to self. Okay. The why of it is what I want to say. Okay. So let's just see, what are you going to be returning to? 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 All right. Let's just see what that is. What are you going to be returning to? The return. The one. Ooh, who you are. Oh, you're going to be returning home to self. True, authentic, the essence of your soul. The one, you are the one that you've been waiting for. You are the one that you've been praying for. This is all going to make sense. Because in order to get anything, be it in career, the kind of partnership that you want, it all begins with you loving yourself. And I really feel like you're going on this journey to really define that. And even as I'm talking, like my solar plexus is on fire and my sacral chakra. But I just see like you're setting yourself free. Okay, so that is where my beautiful, beautiful number ones, pick number ones, this is where you are on your soul's not your soul's journey, but your inner hero's journey. Okay. Hey, love muffins. So now that we have that, I'm going to go ahead and bring the cards that I pulled for you guys, just to see, give a deeper look where you are on your soul's journey. Okay. Pick number one. So what we have for you is we have destruction. Okay. And then we have guardian of the soul family. So I really feel like you are currently where you are on your soul's journey. You're tearing down strongholds. You're tearing down walls. You're tearing down these blocks, or even the boxes that you have boxed yourself in, consciously or unconsciously, and also on a generational level. It could have been on a spiritual plane of just what you thought love was supposed to look like, what thought your spiritual journey was supposed to look like. And I feel like you are currently tearing down, with destruction here. There's a lot of things that are happening, and it's very uncomfortable, and it doesn't feel good. It's probably, removing a lot of things that you care dearly. People are going to be leaving you, or, that you felt like you need. However, understand that what is for you will never miss you, and what departs from you, it was never for you. Okay. I want you to keep that in mind. And I just feel like there's a great awakening, and, really integrating your truth and connecting with your soul family, beautiful souls that are, more in alignment with you is what you're currently experiencing, on your soul's journey. That's where you are linking. Yeah. Look, we got also protection here. Call back your power, cut the cord, soul. And I just feel like with this card, guys, it's more so about you just protecting yourself, shielding yourself, because you're embarking on a beautiful journey. We got say yes. Okay. Yes, just say yes. Just embrace whatever stage and whatever you're being asked to tear down. And these false beliefs about, what's important to you, spirituality, money, love. You're just really tearing down any false belief that is not in alignment with your truth. And it says, mirror who or what is triggering you. And you hear my voice, like how it keeps going in and out. So I feel like you could definitely be in a time where, you're being triggered, and trigger doesn't feel good. That mean could be a person could be triggering you, a situation, different things. But the reason why this is happening is you're being asked to step up, share your voice, come out of the cave, okay? And expression, share this truth, share the light. Share all that's within inside you is what I'm seeing. So to really help you embrace this, and to help you, move past these strongholds and what's going on, let's just see, what you can surrender now to make where you are on your soul's journey easier. Intuition. We got intuition here. It says surrender to your intuition. Tune into your inner voice. Be aware of any gut feelings, flashes, knowings, and aha moments that come through to guide you. So I feel like you're definitely, and you're also surrendering. Oh my God, look, surrender to your soul's path. And you got surrender addictions, okay? Whether you're addicted to substance, food, people, sex, or overworking, taking action to begin to heal the addiction and replace it with healthier alternatives, okay? And we also have surrender your soul path. Your life's journey has been perfectly designed for your soul's growth. Embrace every lesson and every moment. And really, your third eye is opening. And I feel like for some of you, and you're probably having just like me, okay? And you also have surrender to miracles. Miracles are pouring out in your life when you truly, make a conscious decision to align with your soul's path, okay? It is all work. Oh my God, look at this. Surrender to the magic of who you are. Come on. Look at these beautiful cards. We all have magic in us, even in the medium aspect of life. Remember that you are a magical being with a uniqueness and worth that comes from just being you. And also, I feel like surrender that lack mentality, guys, of scarcity, that is something's going to run out. The universe is asking you to open to the infinite nature of abundance. And this way you can remove blocks in your life and succeed beyond your wildest dreams, okay? And surrender to the wonder and awe. Open to the magic of every moment and sense the awe and wonder and all of life. This attitude will keep you connected to the ecstasy of flow. Okay. So my loves, I hope that this brought you some clarity and gave you some insight exactly about where you are on your soul's journey and where you are on your own hero's journey. Okay. I love you guys, and I will catch you on my channel and we're going to go ahead and go to pick number 2. And hello, my pick number 2s, all of my beautiful love muffins that picked the beautiful rose quartz. And here we go, interpreting your own personal inner hero's journey, okay? If you're not familiar with that, definitely hit the beginning of the video where I broke that down and letting you know what the hero's journey is and what this reading interpretates, okay? So also, guys, we have some cards that we're going to pull together, and then I have an additional card when I ask the question, where are you at on your soul's mission? So I will definitely bring those cards out, okay? And then we'll pull some together. So the first thing, Love Muffin, that we're going to take a look at is the call, okay? And as far as your hero's journey, the call is the inner voice, the agitation, okay, the dissatisfaction, hope I said that word right, or inspiration that promotes you to courageously embark on a new journey. So you know that thing that you can't shake, the thing that you just won't leave your head, the thing that you can't overlook, it keeps haunting you. This is what it is. And some perceive that as inspiration. You're inspired and ready to embark on that. And then some, that can be a little antsy and tired, you know what I'm saying? Because you're probably not, your soul's ready, but you in the physical form isn't ready to tackle what's being asked. So let's see what my pick number 2 is. What's the call, Spirit, for Rose Court? Pick number 2. What's the call? What's their call, Spirit? What's the call for Rose Court? What is the call? What are they being called to take a look at, to experience the new journey they're being asked to embark on. What does that look like for my rose quartz? What does that look like? And we're only going to pick one card. Okay, and that one card chose itself. And the call for you, ooh, the offering, okay? The offering right here. Okay, so this is going to be, I can tell this is going to be good. All right, okay, so you know that I always pride myself on Love Muffins with being honest, with being open, and telling the truth, okay? And the offering, right now you're being called to offer something up, okay? And I just want to, it's like it's a gift, okay? It's the gift, the present, and the sacrifice. You're being asked, there's something that you're being asked to give in exchange, it's like, and maybe you're even being questioned to ask, even in your relationships is what's coming up for me. You ever like, you know how you give something to somebody or you open up to somebody because you think like, they're going to give you something back or they're going to like you. And then when you're not met with that, you feel like, oh my God, you get what I'm saying? That comes because we don't give from a unconditional place. And it says, unlike many of the other cards in the deck, the offering carries a clear as day message and a call to action. As you may have guessed, it's time for something to be given and given up for the sake of the bigger picture. If nothing comes to mind immediately, though it's likely it will, okay? And let me just tell you this. I've seen it that way, but also, guys, it could be, to really experience love, because love is coming up. There's something that you need to give. It could be, a habit. It could be a physical person, a relationship. It could be something that you're holding on to, or you're holding on to expectations of how things need to turn out in your life and love and career. And Spirit is just asking you to hand that over and be more in a trusting energy. Okay, that's what I'm seeing just on an intuitive level. But it says that immediately, though it's likely it will, take time in meditation to consider what must be offered and who is to receive it. It's likely you'll feel attachment and hesitance. You'll make excuses, but recognize the link between the word sacrifice and the word sacred. One leads to the other. When you offer up something, to the greater good, we lighten our load and become more available to serve. So listen, if you desire a authentic, pure relationship, one that is oozing of love, oozing of light, okay, you first must find that within yourself, okay? For some, it's like you're being called for everything that you've been looking outside yourself, you're being asked to go within. Also, I'm seeing like, I cannot get away from it, like offering up a relationship. Maybe it's a relationship of how you see yourself that keeps attracting you to certain outcomes and certain things that you don't want. You're being asked to give that up. But also I feel like a physical relationship or an energy of a kind or a type, something, if you want love at its purest core, there is a person that you're holding on to energetically or even physically. And I feel like in order to get to that, that's the sacrifice that needs to be given. And I know, but you know what? Above all, I want the best of any reading I do it in the highest good. And I feel like, you could be holding on to something and it's time to release the outcome, It's time. This is how you're going to be able to get what it is that you want, It says one leads to the other. When we offer up something to the greater good, we lighten our load and become more available to serve. Imagine for a moment if you were to offer your whole self unconditionally to the world. For now, start small. So I feel like you're being asked to check like your motives, like when you do something or when you say something, is it coming from a place of expectance, or is, it's being take a look on your generosity, or the level that you're doing in it, because the light attributes of this card is about generosity, donation, volunteering. And the darker, because it's light and dark in all of us, is giving with expectations and keeping track. Yeah, so it says, if there is a gift you've been thinking of giving someone special, now is the time. I just feel like right now is a time for you to give back. It's a time for you to offer your assistance, to offer your heart. It's just really flowing in that energy of unconditional love, not holding any attachments, not holding any expectations, because that's how we end up hurt. That's how we set ourselves up, is when we really flow from a place, of expectations. So it says, once a week, okay, Ghana gave up speaking for a day, offering himself to divine silence. The offering can come in all shapes and sizes. So I feel like, not so much seeing what you can get out of situations, but more so what can you give, is I feel like where you are on your, the call that you're being asked to answer and embark on, okay, on your inner hero's journey. And I know that can be a little hard to hear, because that was a little hard for me to get out. But that's honestly what I'm seeing as far as the call. What can you offer? What can you give instead of receiving? And in any form is what's going on right now, is a call that you're being asked to. How can you show up? How can you share your gift? How can you be more present? How can you be at service to a family member, a friend, a loved one, a lover? You're being asked, to take a look at something like that. There's a couple of energies that I called them out that I'm feeling, okay, relating to this, because this is a general reading. So as far as the threshold, okay, it says, the threshold, the obstacle you're leaving, the habit that wants to hold you back, it's likely had a hold on you many times before, or has held you back many times before, guys. I apologize about that. So let's see, what do you need to, what threshold do you need to walk across that's held you back before, that it's just time to really say goodbye to it. We're gonna take the mask, okay? But all three came out. Okay, what do you need to say goodbye to? We have the mask. The mask, the forest, and I'm gonna have to read this one. So, you know what? It's funny that three came in, because I did say number one was more one energy. I'm feeling a couple of scenarios here, so it's funny that three came out. So, as far as what obstacle you're being asked to leave, the habit that wants to hold you back, and we have the mask. Okay, I feel like you're being asked right now to reveal yourself, okay? And I want to say this, and I say this in so much love, and you have to understand it's dark and light in all of us, but I feel like there is this need of shedding that, it's like, I want to say it's almost like a greedy, that whole, what can I get out of the situation? What can I do is what I'm seeing. But this is just a mask. It's not, that's just one aspect of you. And it's a time to receive, and it's a time to give. And I feel like right now you're being asked to remove that mask and open up your heart, okay? That's what I feel like. And then also for somebody with the forest here, I'm just seeing it just on an intuitive level, what I'm seeing is really connecting with Mother Earth and having a reverence and a respect for, planet Earth, for nature, for the trees, for, for the forest. What's all in the forest, God's creations and things like that. So I don't know how to pronounce this, but if you are picked this power, I feel like you're a light worker of some sort, a mystic, and I feel like right now you're being asked to really, offer your gifts, offer your creativeness. Like right now, when I'm currently filming this, I feel like you're being asked to shine your light and figure out how it is that you can step up. And maybe right now that's not exactly what it is, that you want to do. However, this is the mystic time. And with this card, it's all about when in light, alignment, okay? Alignment, ease and decision and action, but when in dark, fighting against time. Not really wanting to share yourself, be of offering, be of service. And it could be it's some kind of underlining, maybe because your focus is somewhere else, maybe because you're scared, maybe because, that's not, because I can't get away from this greed energy, like something with the money, something like that I'm feeling. But what spirit is saying is that, this is a time for you to really step up and really offer your services, offer yourself, start that YouTube, start that, just do what lights you up. Find some way, the way that you want to, share your imagination, and not so much, oh, I get it. Sometimes we can let money fuel us. And the thing about 2020, old templates are falling. It's all about what thrives you, okay? What on a creative level, on a heart level. It's not about, I got to do this for the money. You know what I'm saying? That kind of energy. No, do what lights you up. That's what you're being asked to do. And maybe sacrificing and offering up, well, I did make this, making more money doing that, but this is my sole purpose. And maybe for so long you've chose to make the money that way when, there's another way that you can make your money and be happy. Okay, because you're being asked to tap into your spiritual gifts, tap into the mystic side of you. And with the forest right here, this is all about the magic, childlike wonder, adventure. Return back to that. You're being asked to come out of some stalemate, come out of the seriousness, and really just, invite the childlike, invite back the ease. You know what I'm saying? Whatever's been tough, you get what I'm saying? Like, go back to when you're in your childhood is just what I'm seeing from the divine. That's what I feel like you're being called to do. What are some of the things that you told yourself as a child? What did you always want to do? What did you want love to feel like? What did you want to do for career? What did you want to help people? Did you want to be a firefighter? Did you want to slay dragons? Like, going back to that. That's what I'm seeing, okay? Because I feel like maybe maybe because of circumstances you had to put that away and wear this mask and wear something else right here. Okay, because it says reveals what has been suppressed when dark, further concealance of what is rejected, So what have you forgotten about? What brought like you inner peace? What brought you happiness that you put on and you sacrificed, for $1, or you sacrificed, for the highest good of the quote unquote, the family, the relationship. Like, what did you forget? What did you scale back on? This is what the mask is asking you to go under the mask and really define it, And honestly, under all of that, this beautiful energy and this beautiful zest. And I feel like maybe something has hardened, or maybe, with doing, the money or figuring it out. But I promise you, return back to, that divine space, answer that call, and it's all going to make sense, is what I'm seeing from spirit. Okay. By you making a decision to really push past this, really wear your heart on your sleeve, to really unmask yourself, to really show who you are, to really do and honor what it is, unpull these layers that maybe you had to build on time after time. I feel like when you do that, this is when it's going to start to make sense, because the next card is the ordeal, okay? And this is the deeply profound challenge. Because maybe, you're scared, like, if you do that, if you offer up, if you give, from a place of, you offer your skills, you're going to lose out on something, is what I'm seeing. Also the fear of losing out on something. So the third card is the ordeal, the deep profound challenge or dilemma you will face along the way. Okay, this is alert. This is that's lurking in the shadows. We got a card right here that's lurking in the shadow, that will reveal itself so you can grow. So when you make the decision to threshold, to honor yourself, to take that mask off, this is the obstacle that you're going to be met with. And it's going to be like, well, damn, now that I'm doing giving, this is what I get. Now that I'm, listening, following my dreams, this is what I get. I know that it might feel good, but this obstacle is placed there so you can overcome it. Okay? It's for your growth. And that is the venom. Okay. So I can see why it's a little nerve-wracking to really offer yourself up, or to, move away from a relationship, you know what I'm saying? Or, to really follow through, because the venom, you're met with venom, that very thing that maybe you're scared that's going to happen. It is going to happen. However, it's only going to happen for a period before, anything, listen, it's called, because the word adapt is coming. When you get familiar with something, it just becomes repetition. And I feel like whatever this venom is that maybe you're scared of, that could happen, it's really going to help you grow. Let's just see. Sorry, guys, the venom, okay? The poison, okay? The curse, the toxin. So I feel like when you really try, when you offer up, for some of you it's walking away. Maybe there's something that you have to walk away, but you're afraid of what might come behind walking away. Okay, it says, much to our dismay, the venom is always lurking in the shadows in one form or another. Its toxic presence may be found in our relationships, thoughts, speech, or environment. Thankfully, the cycle of purification and detoxification comes so naturally that it is built into our every exhale. We breathe out carbon dioxide and the planet returns it to us as oxygen. Archetype venom is rarely remedied as easily. However, it can come in potent forms and quantities that are deeply damaging to us and to the world. When the venom card appears, there is a harmful substance in our psychic realm that must be identified. So I feel like, listen, by choosing to unmask yourself, and by choosing to really do and offer up, maybe you're scared, you're afraid of what's to come, but remember, the mystic, you hold the power. You're going to be able to see somebody. What keeps you from really offering love? What keeps you from really being of service? What really keeps you from, going after the relationship that you want? You're scared that you're going to be met with bullshit. But guess what? You are seasoned. There's a lot of wisdom that you hold within yourself, okay? Listen, so also it has, when light, it talks about self-realization through suffering, okay? So listen, checking your ego, because that's what I'm hearing right now. Looking at your ego, it could be scary. It could be in a place that you don't want to really look at certain things. But checking your ego, looking at your ego, I feel like you've held on to some kind of complex to keep your inner child safe, okay? Because maybe when you go behind the mask and you took the mask off, you were rejected, or something happened. That's what I'm seeing right now. But I feel like, listen, also, just unhealthiness. When you choose to when you choose to go behind the ego or look at something, maybe the venom that's going to come out, but it's coming out for a purification. Whatever is around you, be it within yourself, be it within a relationship, person, place, or thing, situation, it will be revealed. Okay. So it says, when dark, unwillingness to find a solution or forgive. So listen, to not go here, to avoid this is going to keep you in cycles and keep you in situations that keep you with your hand out. And even though I feel like this lack, there's some things that maybe you're in denial about when it comes to relationships, when it comes to yourself and what that looks like, and maybe even your spiritual gift and who you are and where you're called to be, that keeps you from offering up. However, when you embrace the venom, it's there. When you look at it and when you're willing to clean it up, that is when the change that you want to see within your life will take place. That is when the change that you want to take place in your life, this is when it'll take place. Okay, is what I'm seeing. So whenever you choose to embrace the dark, it might be dark right now. You might be looking at something, but I feel like this is really going to help you get in touch with your divine feminine energy, your emotions, your mystic, your intuition. Okay, anything that has been perceived as a block, I see it lifting right now. Okay, but it's all about you making a decision to actually go there, and I know that can be scary, but I promise you, my number 2 is it's going to be well worth it when you face these fears. Because for some, I just feel like there's something that's been made big, but it's really, when you go there, it's going to be very small. Okay, so let's see the boon. Okay, and the boon is the reward, the wisdom, the skill, or the blessing you will attain. Okay, on this journey, the gift is mystic by nature and can't be found in the, oh my god, creations of comforts. Okay, so let's just see what the boon is. So what's the reward, what's the wisdom, what's the skill, what's the blessing when you decide to really stand in your truth and really look at this, to answer the call, to pass the threshold, and to confront the ordeal that you're, confronting right now, the toxic, maybe the behavior, maybe the, enabling, the codependency, the greed, the whatever it is, the and I say greed, maybe sacrificing your dreams for money or doing certain things for money, but it's really not in alignment with your integrity. For some, it's just what I'm seeing. Okay, I know this is deep stuff. You have to understand, we looking into the soul, that's what might come out. Okay, so let's just see. We're gonna take the boon. Okay, this is the boon. And always these words, honey, be something else pronouncing. But let's go look at this. Okay, my love muffin. So this card right here represents death. So what comes after a death? A rebirth. So that's the gift. Okay? There is a brand new rebirth, be it in love, be it within your spiritual practices, be it within your gifts. There is a new beginning, but something needs to die first. Okay, something needs to go away, and I don't mean physical death, but I mean within yourself, maybe a view, how you're viewing things, a relationship that you just need to end. What needs to come to an ending? What needs to be closed out so you can get this new beginning? Because when light, grieving, mourning, bearing witness to all that is. Okay, so I feel like your heart chakra is going to open. Maybe where you were stingy or where you were closed off, or whatever this mask that you were wearing, this hardened shell from over the time of being hurt or having to sacrifice your dreams or having to just do whatever, it's going to come away. Maybe your heart's been hardened because you've been giving and then you just haven't been given shit back in a relationship. But you have to know, sometimes when we do not give an unconditional love, when we give an expectations, when we hold people like, I'm gonna love you, you should love me, I got you, you should have me, instead of just saying I love you genuinely, even if you don't like me back, or what, I'm giving you this and this is just for you. It's all about what energy do you give in, because depending on what energy you give in is going to dictate how much bitterness or how much rejection or how much pain that you experience. Because I'm gonna tell you something with humans, honey, one of the things that I am practicing to remove off of myself is expectations. Because Everybody don't love like you. Everybody don't see it like you. Everybody don't think like you. Period. Okay? And I feel like when you go there, what all that pain is going to fall away. You're going to be able to mourn. You're going to be able to feel again. You're going to be able to experience again. You're going to be able to be met with on a feminine. Your emotions are not going to be closed off, is what I'm seeing. Okay, but when dark, it talks about fear or insensitivity, being insensitive, okay, to old age, illness, or people that are, I don't want to say lower, but in lesser, the compassion level. That's what I'm seeing right here. Compassion is coming up. Your compassion level, your heart will be restored when you choose to look at this and honestly be truthful with yourself, because this could probably be something that you've been in denial with, because but listen, this card, when I shuffle this card, came and it says, accept people and situations exactly as they are without denying the difficulties. Then you can see things clearly and make the best decision. Surrender denial. There may be some things that you're not looking at. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and it says surrender your outdated beliefs about yourself. Because sometimes we hide behind masks because truly we feel insecure. We don't feel, you get what I'm saying? So let's just go ahead and see the last card. What is the return from home? Okay. What's going to make it all worth it? Okay. And the return from home is, what can you expect to encounter upon your return with this great rebirth that's coming your way? What can you expect with this great rebirth that is coming your way? Oh, the nectar. Look. What is this? Oh my God, again, this one right here is I feel like this is going to be a merge of your light and dark, and understanding that balance is what I'm seeing. Okay. And like I said, the nectar right here, that's what's going to happen for you. The medicine, the nectar is all about the medicine. So I feel like the antidote to whatever it is that you've been searching for, even if it's on as a career wise, really opening your business, expanding on a spiritual level, expanding in love, expanding within yourself. Okay. So it talks about the nectar glowing, relaxed. Okay. Illumination. All right. Yes. Getting to the sweet nectar. That's what I'm seeing. It says, since the nectar within you, dripping from the crown of the head and soothing the brain, let it drip down the spine like sweet honey. Okay, the nectar, the mystic. I told you. It says are linked. It says the nectar, the mystic. Oh my God, guys, look. Okay, can you see this? Okay, hold on. You see this word right here, the nectar, the mystic, and that word, which is right here, is linked. And we've seen both of these cards came out at the same time. Okay. And we already got the card describing you as the mystic. It says all these cards are linked. Okay. It says it is the mystic who turns poison into nectar. And it is truth that can often serve as a potent tool for healing. So listen, whatever that story was, it whatever hard time that you went through that hardened you, or that experience that hardened you, it's going to be well worth it, is what I'm seeing from spirit. Okay, it's going to be the nectar that that's really going to help you. This card represents the truth, and it's the last card. It says, our soul recognizes the truth. When someone speaks it, a cool wave of relief washes over the room. All the facts and figures in the world fall by the wayside. Such in the power of this card. It has an undeniable resonance that goes beyond the rational. We can also recognize it by its continuous. When we hear someone speak the truth, we see the truth within ourselves and are more likely to tell our own story. Okay, it says this card requires us to step towards an act of truth. This might look like a conversation, a gesture, a poetic act, or a ritual that honors the unveiling of what's been concealed. reclaiming your own truth is a way to reclaim your virtual energy, health, and sense of belonging in the world. Truth has its own wings. Set it free. Now, this is not going to be for everybody. This last thing I'm going to say. I also feel like some of that hardening and even on the inner child came up because, there could be like some kind of sexual abuse that happened in the younger ages or something like that that's hardening you, that some kind of outlook of life or something to deal with your childhood. So I feel like any attention that you give to your inner child, my love, is going to be beneficial. But once you walk through that threshold, once you come out of denial, baby, when I tell you things gonna get sweet, things are going to get sweet. Okay, so what I want to do now is just see, where is my pick number twos on their soul journey? Where are they at on their soul journey, spirit? Where's my pick number twos at on their soul journey? Where are they at on their soul journey? Oh my God. Keepers of the earth, you are not alone. Ancient ancestors stand beside you. Priestess, how are you being called to step up and lead at this time? So yes, you are being asked, you're being called to step up. You're being called to tap into that inner mystic, to shine your light in any form, in any way that you can. And it says, fill up your well, retreat, rest, refuel. And maybe you're already seasoned and you're already doing this and you're being asked to just fill your well up, because sometimes what I had to realize is that we can't give out of our cup. We have to give what overflows outside of our cups. And maybe you've been giving on your, it's time for you to, some of you, it's time for you to get started, to get going. And then for some that's been seasoned, that's working in their life purpose, and you're a priestess and you're sharing yourself in any form, because that can look very different. You're being asked to go back within, remember your why. Okay. Yeah, because we also have answer the call. What is your soul calling you to do? That's what the offering, your soul is speaking to you. And I feel like you can't get away from it, You can't get away from it. It says you are already doing it. Stop overthinking. Keep facing your true north. You were meant, this was here. See? And then for some, you're being asked to take a break. Life's work, not a season. Get off the treadmill, You've been doing this. You deserve this break. Maybe you need a break to revisit, okay? And then for some, you're being asked to step up and share your voice. Come out of the cave. It's so funny how that keeps, we keep going back and forth. And it says, trust your path. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? And this is what you have to ask yourself. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? Okay? So let's just see. Spirit, what can they do on their souls? What can they surrender right now? What are they being asked to surrender to really open up to their inner hero's journey on their soul mission? Surrender to joy. Put the joy back in. All right. It says a key to positive change in your life is to let joy in and savor it. Indulge in random acts of smiling during both the hard and easy times. Keep surrendering to more joy. Ooh, surrender your ego. Okay. Cultivate gratitude. Be of service to others and come from your heart. A big ego can work against you. Okay. But humility will further your goal. So I feel like you've reached a point and it's time to really surrender that ego. Okay. Right here on your soul's journey to father you. Yeah, got it again. It says, surrender outdated beliefs about yourself. Let go of limiting ideas about yourself, okay, that originate from the past. Then you can own your power and soar in your life, is what I'm seeing from spirit here. Time to surrender to some outdated beliefs about yourself, okay? Yes, and surrender to the wonder and awe. Open to the magic of every moment and sense the awe and wonder in all of life. This attitude will keep you connected with ease and flow. Oh, couldn't even get more beautiful than that. Come on. So let's just see. Where are they at, Spirit, right now, currently in this very moment on their soul journey? Where are they at? Okay. I usually was not taking all these cards, but nothing is yet set in stone. So listen, the choices you make, okay, fulfill your destiny. So you have to know that nothing is set in stone. At any moment, you can change. You can do anything, okay? You are very close to achieving your goal. Maybe you think that you're far away. Maybe, you think it's too late, but no, it's not, okay? And it says, work through your fears. A win-win outcome is forecasted. So these are beautiful cards. I'm telling you, my pick number 2 is when you decide to go there, you're going to be so happy that you did. So let's just see what guidance the Spirit have from you for the soul coaching oracle deck. Let's see. What does your soul want you to know right now? Where are they at, Spirit, on their soul's journey? And what does the soul want them to know right now? So where are they at on their soul's journey? Let's pull a card from here. Where are you at on your soul's essence? In my essence, I am joy. Okay? So really defining you. Because that's how really defining us is what makes us show up or not show up. You get what I'm saying? So that's what it's about. Okay? So let's just see, what does your soul want? What does their soul want them to know right now in this very moment? What does their soul want them to know? Energy. Healing energy, okay? And oh, I'll miss this word. Imagine vitality flow through me easily and effortlessly. Listen, so I feel like what Spirit wants you to know, by you going to these places, you're going to be, updating your or not even like, you're going to switch vibrations, okay? You're going to really heal yourself on an energetic level. And we also have awakening. I am joyous, awakened, and aware and ready for anything. Okay. And on the bottom of a deck, we have communication. So I feel like just how you communicate with others is a space, and really defining that for you, Love Muffin, is where you are on your soul journey. My pick number 2s. Okay. I kind of got ahead of myself, so please forgive me. Okay. So what we're going to do now is just see exactly what's going on as far as where are you at on your soul's journey. Okay, these cards were supposed to come out next, but I just went ahead and got right into it. Okay, so I don't take it lightly that I do certain things when I'm reading certain people's energies or for a group. So I feel like, the main part what Spirit wants to do, just get started somewhere. It's not about where you start. My pick number 2s, but get started. So as far as where you are on your soul's journey, from my journey of love, we have devotion to the small. All these, it's making so much sense, guys. Okay, devotion to the small. I feel like you're being asked to, devote yourself, devote your time to the small, the less. Okay, and we also have ascension right here for you. Can you guys see that? No, you can't. But this is ascension. Okay, and this is all about, we know what ascension is, a great awakening. Reaching greater and deeper heights within yourself, within your life. So I feel like your ascension, you're ascending right now, a great awakening. And that awakening deals with you really devoting yourself to the small, caring for others, really extending and opening that heart chakra, really sharing yourself, sharing your gifts. Okay. All right. So now we're done. Okay. And I hope that this brought you clarity and understanding. My pick number 2s. I love you so much, and I will catch you on my channel. Now let's go ahead and go to number 3. And hello, my pick number 3s. Welcome to your hero's journey. Okay. / where are you at on your soul's missions, your soul's journey. So what I want to let you know is that first we're going to go ahead and pull some cards together, and then I have some cards that I pre-pulled, and then we're going to pull some additional cards. Okay, but first and foremost, if you are new and you don't really know what the hero's journey is, you definitely want to make sure that you go back to the beginning of the reading where I explain what the hero's journey is. Okay, it's basically your soul mission. It's basically, some significant thing that is meant to happen to you in this lifetime. All right. And I felt guided from spirit just to do this pick a card reading. So if you guys picked this beautiful, beautiful soul stone, this stone was given to me by my mother, Donna Renee, right? I absolutely love her. And yeah, this stone is for protection. Is an angelic stone. I always mess his name up, but this just reminds me of my mother, okay? And I don't know why I felt the need to say that, but I am going to say that. So, my loves, the first thing that we're going to be taking a look at on your own hero's journey, okay, is we're going to take a look and see the call. And the call, my love, is the inner voice, okay? The agitation, the dissatisfaction, always miss you're dissatisfied, dissatisfaction, that word, okay? Or inspiration that prompts you to courageously embark on a new journey. So you know that thing that you can't shake. You know there's a call, there's something that you desire, it's something that's tugging at your heartstring, that's pulling you a certain way. You can't get away from it. That is your own inner soul calling you higher, calling you to a new beginning, calling you to embark on a new journey. So we're going to see what is the call for my pick number 3s. What's the call? What is it that you can't get away from? What is your soul calling you to? Okay, let's see. What is their soul calling them to? Spirit, all the beautiful souls that picked this beautiful stone crystal and pick number 3. What is their soul? Okay, we're only going to take the first card, and we got the ring. Ooh, my God. But we are going to glance at the other ones. We got the siren, okay, and this is all about embracing like your sexuality, the temptress, honey, just the like male or female, just the sensual side of yourself, your looks, just who you are, just really embracing that, okay? And then we got the dead end, okay, and the chateau. Coupled with the dead end, the shadow, okay, and the siren. These are cards that I really feel like are explaining a more in depth of the ring, because to truly like the siren, okay, this is the temptress, this is the bracing, your sensual, the essence of your soul, like your handsomeness or your beauty of the siren, I want to read this to you guys. So with the siren, guys, we got the temptress, the seducer, okay, the that feminine energy. The siren calls and the world spins. What we thought we wanted pales in comparison to the sweet allure of her song. We find ourselves lost in a spell of desire and longing, perhaps even lust. Whether the thing calling us in ultimately good or bad is somewhat irrelevant. It's the journey that matters, and the work of the siren is to take us on a deep psychic descent. Following her song, we go down, down, down to a place where lessons are learned and courage must be reeled to find our way back to dry land. Try as we might, resisting the call may not even be an option unless, okay, yeah, it might not even be an option. There is no unless. Or like Otis, we bind our hands to the mast of our ship. It's likely, though, that falling for her call is the only way we will come to live more fully on the surface. It says when light, okay, awaken, sensuality, okay, arousal. And it says when dark, it talks about wickedness, adultery, wreck, betrayal. Okay, so this is a lot of sexual energy coming from this pile here. And what happened is I feel like, coupled with the shadow and the dead end, I feel like with the siren here and the ring, the call, you're being asked to go to some depths within yourself on a sensual, sexual level about yourself, about your relationships. Really, this is really defining, you know, I feel like in this pal, you're being asked to, I want to say, play, okay? You're being asked to play. You're being asked to, um, you know, you'll never know what it is quite that you want if you don't try all your options, okay? You'll never know if you've never had spinach, how do you know you don't like it? If you've never had chocolate, how do you know if you don't like it? If you never went to Maine and traveled and expanded, like how do you know you if you never come out of that safe zone? Okay, if you never dare to push the buttons, if you never dare to be reckless, like how will you know? Life is about experiences. Whether good or bad is not at play here, but it's more so about, are you living or existing? And being that when I'm recording this, guys, keep saying that we're in this quarantine with the coronavirus and stuff. So even if you're watching this past that and we're back out and things, in that moment, where were you? Think about that. Okay. And if you're watching that now, this is the time to evaluate, have you played it safe? If it was all gone tomorrow, would you be happy? You know what I'm saying? Like the dead end right here, the shadow, how do you know if you don't dare to go and embrace that side of yourself, the siren side of yourself that is just all about the adventure, all about the optimistic, and not really looking and caring about, all that other stuff, because I feel like you'll never know, but when you know, that's how you'll create what it is that you desire. So I feel like you're in a phase of figuring out, what it is you like and what it is that you don't like. And this requires you to really hit some extremes and go to some places and be in some relationships, and do some things, okay, honey? And really define that for yourself. Okay, and these are all aspects of the ring. Okay, sorry guys, let me pick these up. So the call with the ring here, the ring and the sacral chakras, this orange is really coming through here. Your sacral chakra, your emotions, your passions, your sensuality, your sexuality, the divine, everything that feels good to you, the creation. How you create is through experiences. You got to be able to feel it. You got to be able to, and I feel like you're in the midst of creating a new world, a new way of being, a new you is what I'm feeling. But it talks about the ring. I want to go back to the ring. Sorry, guys. I kind of got away from it. So we have the ring, and it says the infinite, the wheel, the connection. The ring is an image of connectedness rather than viewing life. Oh, get it? As listen, there's no good nor bad. Everything is connected, okay? And I feel like that's something that you're processing right now. Not trying to see, if I do this, I'm good. If I do this, I'm bad. But really just defining that everything is connected, and what makes you feel connected. It is what I feel like a time that you're doing. The ring challenges us to sense the cycle, the infinite nature of our world and experiences, beginnings and endings, falls by wayside as we practice seeing ourselves as part of the cosmos of creation. For this reading, it's no surprise a ring is worn on the finger to represent eternal love that surpasses space, time, and worldly things. So much can be projected onto this archetype image because it minus the Earth's orbit, okay, around our great sun and the intimate bond between two lovers. It is the micro, the micro and Marco. There, that's what it says. This card calls us to deepen connection with self, other, and the world at large. Meanwhile, there may be a literal ring waiting to adore your finger. I'm telling you. Oh my God. Listen, baby, it's time for you to be bold. Okay. Holding back. What's the point of holding back? So what if you're rejected? So what if you find out that you don't like it? Oh, fucking K. But my thing is, you went for it, baby. You went for it, and you need to know who you are. You are the siren, male or female. You the bag, you the it. And I really feel like, Ring. And I just did get this like this lovey kind of energy, like this playful energy, and it talks about connectedness, humanity, sacred circle. And maybe you're unconscious right now, and you're repelling and is starving for connection. You're unconscious of who you are and what you can have. You can have it all, you know? And I feel like right now you're being called to wake up and love yourself on a deeper level and explore these sides of you and put yourself out there, because that's how you're going to be able to experience, unconditional love, the universal love. This is how you're going to get that ring for some. It's by willing to put yourself out there, male or female. And I feel like you're being called to put yourself out there. You're being called to make connections. You're being called to connect with yourself first and foremost and connect with others. It's what I'm seeing. Okay? That's what I'm seeing. Now we're going to take a look at the threshold. Okay? We're going to see, what is keeping you from, maybe putting yourself out there, because, the threshold is the obstacle you're leaving, okay? The habit that wants to hold you back. It's likely have held you back many times before. So when you want to put yourself out there, when you want to live on the edge, what is this one thing that you can't shake? And it's going to keep reoccurring, different people, different situations, until you cross the threshold. Let's see what that thing is, guys. Let's see. I just feel like a good light. It's so light. This energy is so good. Like, man, you're just so unaware of the awesomeness and just who you are and the power you hold. Like, live a little, baby. You've earned it, is what I'm seeing. Honest to goodness, like, go ahead. You got to start. You're going to give, by you starting, you're creating and letting the universe know what it is that you want, but you want move, you want move when you're on. You want connect. You want put yourself out there. Let's see why. What habit gets in your way? Spirit, what habit gets in their way? Pick number 3. What habit gets in their way? What habit gets in their way? What habit gets in their way, Spirit? What habit gets in their way? Oh my God. Clear as day. The Queen. You don't see your beauty. My God. The gym. The Queen. The gym. And the self. You don't see your beauty. You don't recognize that you're a catch. You don't recognize that you're the creator of your reality. You don't recognize that you can have whatever it is that you want in career, that you can make thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars. You don't recognize that there is no limits. The only limit is you not seeing your potential and your greatness. The Queen, the gem, the self. You've put in work, you've put in effort, you've put in time within yourself. This is what trips you up. You get in your way, you go to probably thinking that you're not worthy, you're not good enough, you don't see that you're fucking incredible, you don't realize your power, you're the queen, act like you know it, male or female. You get what I'm saying? You get emotionally trapped up, and that's why that sacral chakra. So dealing with your inner child, you may have stemmed from rejection. You know what I'm saying? So any attention that you pay to that is really going to help you out. But it's clear as day. I don't even need to read these cards. The gem, you don't see yourself. You don't see you. Let's see what habits, keep you stagnant, okay, or hold you back, okay? And it says we have the Queen, the Empress. Oh my God. You're the Empress. And you out here treating yourself like you a peasant. You're the Empress. Male or female, you're the Emperor. You're the Empress, the Mother Queen, the Sovereign. Okay, like her counterpart, the King, the Queen has a duality nature. Either she presides over the realm with grace and eloquence that comes from heavens to uplift the spirit of others. Oh my God. Or she falls into petty conception, moody, casting a shadow across the land. Ooh, if the king is the ego, the queen is the expression of that ego in the world. She is the lotus bloom, the dancer bow, the moon's radiant reflection. When the queen is steady in her rightful and righteous place, she is patient and forgiving. She waits for the grace of God and the goddess to move through her, striving and grasping for nothing. To be the Bowen leader, to embody the queen, is to settle in deep trust, resolve, and power. The royal queen fears nothing, for divinity itself cradles her heart. When light, the embodiment of grace, courage, resolve, stillness, that's who you are. But when dark, vain, okay, wrathful, self-righteous, okay, and demanding. So here's what happens. My love muffins, the habit that stops you up is that you don't see your worth, that you don't see that you are all these beautiful things. All right. And I really feel like, you're not, the distorted divine feminine energy. You don't have to chase anything. My thing is put yourself out there, be bold, flirt. Cause I feel like somebody needs to know that and not chase. Being flirtatious and being available and showing yourself is different than chasing. All right, being open and optimistic is different than chasing. And I feel like you don't see yourself as the gym. So in turn, you settle in some aspects of life. You play yourself, you play it down, because the gem, the diamond, the gold, the inner treasure, unique, shining, okay, incomparable. There are infinite names for the gem. It is also known as the jewel, the star, the talent, the gift, the gold, the prize. You don't see yourself as the prize. So guess what? When you don't see that, you shortchange yourself. And that is something that you have to overcome. Get out of your head, be it in love, career, yourself. It doesn't matter. You have to stop looking at yourself like that. Like, you're incredible. Like, I kid you not, out of all these energies, this energy right here is truly the most advanced, like in the healing journey. Like, it's so calm, it's so inviting. Like, I could just like be smothered in your energy, just take so much comfort. That is what you are radiating to the world. But my question is, why can't you see that for yourself? Because the much as you give, you're deserving of everything that you get. Okay? You are the gem. So it says, when dark, envy, greed, grasping, that's probably, why you're grasping onto just whatever, because you don't see that you're amazing. It's what I'm seeing right here. You don't see your true self. And this is what you're being called to see. The self, the soul, the witness, the watcher. The self is the prism that allows the spectrum of our personalities to radiate. It does not judge, okay, suppress or oppress any of its parts, as it lovingly knows that all aspects have a time and place and leads us to experience the full breath of life's offering. So you need to accept yourself wholeheartedly, the dark and the light is what I'm hearing. So when light, witnessing, accepting new aspects of self. When dark, disjointed, okay, fatigued, disfussed, energy and purpose. So that means you just get all over the place. And what happens, that stops you from moving forward and taking action. And I feel like in order to really, go to some places to get the ring, to get the money, to get everything that you've worked for, so listen, that's what I'm seeing for you. Okay. That's honestly what I'm seeing for you. But you have to know it. You have to know it deep within your heart, deep within your soul. This is the threshold. This is what stops you every time, from going after the things that you truly deserve, not feeling worthy, not seeing yourself as the empress. And this stems from the root chakra, the confidence to just really to go after what it is that you want, to be who you are at your all, to live, instead of just existing, is what I'm seeing right here. You have an opportunity right now. Okay. So let's just go ahead and see the next card that we're going to pull, and that's the ordeal, okay? And by you really deciding to know yourself, to be who you are, okay, to know your power, this is going to be the deeply profound challenge or dilemma you will face along the way. This is that is lurking in the shadows that will reveal itself so you can grow. So yes, when you decide to embody this energy, in the body of who you are, you're going to be hit with a ton of shit that comes your way that tries to make you revert back in. But this is meant to help you grow. Keep that in mind, okay? You ever been like, damn, as soon as I try, all this shit want to come up. That's how it's designed. That's the hero's journey. It's to overcome. Every hero needs to slay their dragon, okay? So let's just see. Let's see. What is the ordeal? What's the challenge that will come up when you decide to truly embrace who you are? My number threes. Okay. Let's see what challenge comes up. What challenge is going to come up for number threes? The poet. Ooh, hoo, hoo, hoo. The poet. And the poet in this deck is all about, speaking your truth, embodying yourself. And you see the light right here. And I feel like, this can make other people that aren't aware of their power, who they are, move away from you. Because they're not ready to face the truth. And maybe this is a hiccup that you've come in love. Like when you're like, damn, when am I going to get love? And listen, you have to understand, not everybody is ready to meet themselves and to do the work that you have done, Love Muffin, in the degree that you have done it. And the poet's job, people don't understand, the poets move us because it comes from a place, a dark place, a deep place of that pain that they felt, and they're able to articulate that into words, okay? So by you answering and being who you are, you're going to, go through certain things, and experience certain things that are like, damn, that really make you question, like, I'm just not doing this. I'm just not understanding. But you have to know that it's designed that way. And one thing about a poet, it can be a little lonely at first. I'm seeing that. Okay? Because listen, when you choose to embrace who you are, when you choose to, because I feel like whoever this pile 3, you're meant to do something big. You're meant to be in a space of seen, heard, felt, okay? And this opens yourself up to multiple energies, but it says the poet, the artist, the witness, the truth teller. Everybody not ready for the truth. So you can run into people that throw stones at you. Okay, that's fine. You can, people that you genuinely love, that you genuinely want to try to, in partnerships and start up with, but they're not ready to look at that mirror in themselves, because to be with a person of your stature, whether you know it or not, you're an amazing fucking person. It's going to require them to really come up and know who they are. And they might be scared of that truth. They haven't met themselves that deep. It says the poet's work is to feel, okay, and not be afraid. They must seek out truth in the darkest corners of the world and carry it back for all to see. So this is even with you embracing your life mission. It's not going to your life purpose is not going to look like everybody else. It's actually going to be out of the norm, out there. However, it's set up that way, okay? They must seek out truth in the darkest corners of the world and carry it back for all to see. This uniqueness, okay? This unique, oh my God, this is word up, compatibility resides within us all, regardless of our relationship to creativity. When the poet energy is present, there is a call for deep honesty and reflection, for seeing the big picture within the little one. The poet writes effortlessly between the personal and the universal. It's possible that others may not seem to listen or care about the poet's work, but do not be discouraged. The words of the poet ring true for centuries to come, soothing the wounds of despair and violence that captivate our world. The poet works is never finished. Find your voice and trust that the wind will carry it. So listen, you have to find your voice and you have to speak your truth. And this can be difficult, feel difficult. It can scare you almost. However, this is what you have to do. You understand me? This is literally what you have to do in this time right now. This is what you have to do. Okay? And everybody might not be with it because we have clairvoyant, okay? Wise, timeless. So I feel like there's power in your words. Your words create, my love. So you be mindful about what you speak about yourself and what you speak about others, because literally you are manifesting as soon as you speak it. You are very powerful. And I really feel like you are unaware of your power. If you say, damn, I ain't gonna never have no money. Guess what? You ain't gonna never have no money. I'm telling you. Oh my God, I'm never going to find a decent relationship. They're never going to like me. Oh my God. You're never going to find a decent relationship and they're never going to like you. You are that powerful. You're unaware of the power. Okay. And you're being called to be aware of that power is what I'm seeing. Okay. Because whatever you speak, it shall come to pass. And I feel like that's wrapped into for some of you, you're physically a poet. And your life story is a poet. And like there's a story that desires to be told from you. Okay. And it says the poet is relevant to the shaman and the bridge. These archetypes hover in the meeting place between the everyday and the sacred. So yeah, your path is, you're being called to a sacred place. You're being called to a place of enlightenment. You're being called to a place that only I want to say the greats, and I'm not saying this to feed your ego. You already know that though. You're being called to a place of the greats, and this walk isn't for everybody. Everyone's not going to understand it, but you're being called to a place for the greats. Okay, you're being called to in the 1%. Okay, enlightenment. Very few get there in this lifetime of enlightenment, okay? Where you get all the keys to life. Like this is real. This is real big too. Okay? And maybe that's a lot for you. You know what I'm saying? Like and with that, certain probably the way that you think, the things that you say, the food that you eat, the places you go, the things you entertain, it's like damn. Because I feel like you're being purified. You're being, stripped to really take all of those things that confine us so you can hover and not be contained. Okay? So this can feel very extreme. A lot of shit. You see that light, you just holding on to the light and all the stuff is being disputed from. Okay? That's what I'm seeing. So let's just go ahead and see what is next. And I'm sorry, guys. Next, we have the boon. And by you really, overcoming this obstacle and being okay with that, let's see what is that going to call? What reward and wisdom or skill or blessing will you attain on the journey? This gift is mystical by nature and can't be found in the creation of comfort. Okay, so let's see what gift is that? Look, it came out. Okay, the village. Okay, so I feel like you're really gonna get the help and really, I just see like a soul family. Like you're going to inspire thousands by the thousands. I'm seeing the 100,000. But you're going to inspire them by the thousands. I see you really helping by you enlightening yourself. You're going to help and enlighten others. Okay. We also have the storm and we got the bridge. Okay. So by that, you're going to be able to go in the storm. You're going to be able to go in the spirit realm. You're going to be able to help heal, show a way and bridge a way to somebody's heart's desires. I'm feeling like a strong poet or tell somebody how the bridge of how they get to where it is that they're going. I feel like you're going to be standing in the gap, and this is going to pay off profoundly financially and also in love. You're going to have your match. So if you're single, you're like, well, damn, when is it happening? Every time, listen, it's okay, baby. It's okay. Right now, I feel like this is, you're meant to embrace the gem of who you are, and what you're being called to do, and all that is going to come with it. But first you have to really, really just, and as I'm saying this, my solar plex and my sacral chakra is on fire, honey. You really have to get in alignment and confidently stand and walk the path and the places that you're being called to walk and the things that you're being called to do. Okay, so let's just go ahead and see the last card, which is the return. What can you expect to encounter upon your return of getting there, the homecoming, the impact your abilities, okay, to integrate meaningful change prepared accordingly. So what is that going to look like? When you get there, returning home to self, your core, what is that going to look like for my pick number 3, Spirit? We got it. Oh, the animal. It is going to open you up to the wildest things, because the animal is wild. All right. The animal is freeing. So that's what it's going to do. It's going to liberate you. It's going to free you. Love muffin. Okay. It's really going to free you. It's going to open you up. Oh, I forgot the cards that I pulled. So I already got some. So listen. It's going to open you up. What is it going to open you up to? We got another ring, the ring of time. I feel like you're going to be able to travel in between worlds. And when I say that, I'm talking about the natural and the spirit world. You are the creator. We have the creator here. You're the magician, baby. You're going to be able to create worlds. I'm talking about quantum leaping, manifesting. For some of you, I'm not even tripping, y'all. I'm seeing millions. I'm seeing just really manifesting everything and just drawing people in because they just want to know, how do you create this? How do you do this? You're going to be getting all the tools, the secrets, So the question that I want to ask for my number 3s is, Spirit, where are they currently at on their soul's journey, their soul's mission, their soul's journey? Where are they currently at? Soul family, call in your tribe. You don't have to do it alone. So you are getting help from ascended masters and actually connecting with a soul family that's really going to, people and connections that are going to help you really ascend and really open yourself up. Okay, yeah, transformation. Things are changing at a cellular level. Deep healing. You're experiencing deep healing, my love muffins. On a soul level, sorry about shaking the camera. That's where you're currently at your soul mission. You're healing, you're transforming, you're transmuting, okay? You're being guided to take leaps of faith, okay? You are aligning your life right now. You go first and the universe will catch you. What is no longer in alignment with who you truly are. So I really feel like you're defining, what's working and what's not, what's important and what's not. A major ascension, a major awakening is happening for you. You also got surrender to the wisdom of your body. Listen to your body's messages about a person or a situation. If you feel physically drained or uncomfortable, be cautious. If you are energized and happy, move forward, okay? So you have to learn to really work with your intuition and listen to your intuition. I feel like right now, or not even just trust your intuition. You know it. Don't second guess yourself. So let's see. What do you need to surrender right now on your soul's journey? What do they need to surrender right now, Spirit, on their soul's journey? Let's see what that is. Surrender to creativity. It's time to create for you. Let your imagination soar. Stay open to all creative ideas about how to pursue a dream or solve a problem. Stay open. Don't shut yourself out. Allow your creativity to soar. All right. Surrender to setting limits. You have to understand that everybody's vision is going to be in alignment with yours, but you have to know what's best for you. Okay. It is healthy to set boundaries in relationships. Practice expressing your needs and remember that no is a complete sentence. And again, orange is sticking out, the sacral chakra. Ooh. Surrender your fear of intimacy. You are ready to let love in, compassionately identify, and begin to release any patterns that stop you from opening your heart. Okay. Come on. Everything that we just talked about. coming out again. I'm telling you, you're going to get a ring, baby. You're going to get a ring. Right? You're going to get a lot of things, honestly. Look at the bigger picture. Ooh, the full moon in Sagittarius. Sagittarius is optimistic, okay? It's optimistic. It looks, Sag, we're very optimistic. And you're being asked to look at a bigger picture, look at the whole thing, not just part of the picture, not just part of the problem, part of the situation, but the whole thing. You also have show the world the real you. Emotions are running high. It's time to share yourself. All right. Show the world the real you. No more hiding. No more hiding. Yeah, have faith in your dreams. I'm telling y'all, like, no more hiding. And it's time to have faith in your dreams. Know that it can happen for you. Oh my God. A new romantic cycle begins. New moon in Libra. And on the 7th of April, I believe, or the 8th, we have a new moon in Libra. I'm telling you, everything that you've ever wanted is manifesting. Do not give up faith and keep going, okay? Keep it up. Keep going. Hands down. You guys really did the fucking work. Hands down. This pal, yes, hands down. Hands down. You are doing the work, my love. So just stay focused, okay? This is what Spirit wants you to know about your soul journey. Stay focused to the cause, okay? Don't get sidetracked. Don't worry about money. Don't worry about no, stay focused, all right? Stay focused. You are right there. You are striking gold. Stay focused is what I'm hearing from Spirit, okay? Yeah, and allow joy to come in. Joy and ecstasy flows through me wildly and freely. I'm telling you, love, everything that you've ever desired is manifesting. Keep on this path, my love muffin. Okay, so that's what I see for my number 3s. It was such an honor to read for you. Okay, I love you guys so freaking much, and I will catch you on my channel. And now we're going to go ahead and go to number 4. All right, my pick number 4 is here we are, okay, discovering your own personal hero's journey. If you are just catching this at the beginning, or you didn't watch this video at the beginning and you don't really know what a hero's journey is, definitely check out the beginning where I go through what it is and I break down certain little things, okay, to give you a more better idea of what your personal inner journey, hero's inner journey is. Guys, please forgive me. Okay, so my pick number 4 is what we're going to go ahead and do right now is go ahead and see what is the call, okay? And the call is the inner voice, agitation, dissatisfaction, okay, or inspiration that promotes you to courageously embark on a new journey. So this is going to be the thing that you can't get away from, okay? You're probably, you know how your soul keeps speaking to you about something, and it's trying to get you to open up, trying to get you to make a decision, make a choice, to choose a new direction. This is that thing. This is what you're being called to do on your hero's journey, okay? Your personal hero's journey. Wait. Oh, look at this, flew out. We got the creator. Ooh, and I always mess this word up, so I'm not going to try to say it. But let's go ahead with the creator. I feel like my pick number 4 is right now, what your inner hero is trying to get you to look, the call that Spirit is wanting you to answer is to play with life. I feel like, get a little messy, okay? Color out of the lines. We have the creator here. You see how this person's painting all of these colors? Like, life is not meant to be black and white. We come here to earth to paint the colors and the desires of our heart, okay? And I feel like that is what your inner hero, the calling is for you right now, is to go away from the ordinary, the typical black and white, and really use some colors. What do you want to do? Have some fun, lighten up, is what you're being called to do. And in this time, as I'm saying that, guys, I don't know if you hear, my throat chakra wants to close up on me. So in this time that I'm recording this video, we're currently in quarantine, and you know, that is making a lot of people go within and evaluate, what it is that they want for their life. What do you want your legacy to look like? What do you want to create? What kind of fashion styles? Like, what matters to you? What do you want to paint? What mark do you want to leave, on the world for yourself? How do you want to be defined? I'm just hearing there's a need for you, like, yeah, life is asking you to play and paint vividly the colors that you want to see, is what I'm seeing, my love. But I'm going to, move a little deeper into the creator card. And let's just see, what is that and telling exactly. All right, let's see. What is that? Okay, I got that one. Ooh, the in between, the transition. This card is all about the in between transition. See, and that's, the eye of life and then death right around it. So I feel like you're in that transition of really defining and figuring out, what do you want life to look like, okay? And I fear I hear there's a need to, like, spice things up and have some fun. So let's just see the mirror, the vessel, the thread. Let's see. So with the creator, we have the artist, the alchemist, okay? The inventor, the creator, the first archetype in the trio of existence. It's not intimidated by darkness or by lack. They know that from the void, creation is inevitable, will emerge. With minor and outlandish materials, the creator reveals a new image. They make the empty room resonate with healing sounds. They generate bounty from the sea that others toss away. So listen, I'm getting like the underdog here, okay? And I feel like right now is a time to create what it is that you want to create. Also, when light, it's all about curiosity, playful, open, surprising. When dark, losses of spark, feeling burden. Maybe you have, been the responsible one. You have a lot of responsibilities, and for whatever reason, life isn't fun. Whatever it is you're doing, it's something where it's lacking the zest. And I feel like right now you're meant to reconnect with that zest. What do you want that to look like? Okay. And also, this card in the light attribute is all about spontaneous, okay? Grace, forgiveness, truth. Because I feel like there's a need for a load to be dropped. There's something that you're carrying, something that you're doing that is just heavy, torment, dislocation, tedious. Those words. All right. That's what I'm seeing. And it's like this energy of this transmuting, moving away from death and rebirth is not meant to be feared. It is said, okay, in the place between life and the next, the realms through which souls pass, envisioning the inheritance of mystery space creates the potential for us to rise above the corners of this world and see our relationships through a cosmic and timeless lens. So I feel like there's definitely, you're being called to have a death so there can be a rebirth, a ending of some situation, be it in career, within yourself, how a persona, how you perceive things. And I feel like with this ending is really going to allow you to be able to create what it is that you want to create within your life. Okay, but I feel like there's a need to let loose. There's a need to, a need to have fun. There's a need to express yourself, is what I'm seeing. So you're being called to express yourself and define that for you. Okay. And I feel like until you do that, that nudge or that, that voice, that call, the signs and wonders are going to keep speaking into you until you do that. So now that we have the call, you hear the call, what's next to do is threshold. You have to walk through the threshold. And what is the threshold exactly? The obstacle you're leaving, the habit that wants to hold you back is likely has held you back many times before. And I feel like my solar plex is on fire. So it's really going to take you confidence to really step up and drop something that you're, loyal to, or something that you've been devoted to really come into your own. So let's just see, what threshold does number 4 need to walk through? Okay. We got 2 again. The orphan. Ooh, the father. Ooh, okay. So yeah, the responsibility. Both of these cards are full of responsibility. The father, we know the father is the backbone. If anything, it's the nurturer, it's the provider. The orphan is the child that got left behind. You know, thing. You know what I'm saying? Like things of that nature. And the father represents the masculine energy, security. And I feel like you're being asked to go back to something like, that you forgot about, that you put down due to whatever responsibility that you had on you. Maybe it's love. You really can't focus on love. You're focused on your bag. Maybe it's, you're doing your bag. You really can't focus on your craft. Maybe it's a combination of all three or something completely different. But I feel like you're being asked to, the roadblock that's going to come up when you go, it's, figuring out like, damn, how am I going to find that balance? How am I going to create whatever it is that I want, but also, the strength to really stand in your truth. So the father, okay, the great father, the masculine, the protector. It says alongside the mother, the father resides in this the central of the archetype family. The father embodies both light and dark aspects of the masculine. Thus, he is infinitely dramatic and complex. His energy is strong and regal, embodying such virtues as honesty, wisdom, and loyalty. See, maybe you've been loyal to the wrong thing. And I feel like as soon as you go to be loyal to whatever it is that you're creating, you're going to notice these obstacles or these challenges that are going to come up and have you question everything. But spirit is saying, listen, that's what's meant to happen. Usually a comfort zone, it's not easy to break because it's comfortable. And subconsciously or consciously, when we leave our comfort zone, we're leaving something that we know oh so well, that our mind thinks that is the all in is all. So when you leave that, of course, certain obstacles and things are going to come up to get you to revert back in. But you have to know that you have the strength to do it, okay? The father is often absent, literally and emotionally. See, going to whatever it is, the creator, opening those cans of worms is going to open your emotions that I feel like you have left, you have abandoned. Okay. Due to the responsibility, due to whatever it is, that you have to focus on, that you have to really stand in that masculine energy, allowing yourself to feel your emotions, to connect to the creator within you, the artist in you, the lover in you. Okay. And it says through absence or action, the father eventually reveals that he is neither a king nor a god, but a human being with many flaws and wounds. So I feel like this is a time like to get to here, you have to allow yourself to feel all of your emotions. And I feel like for somebody that is a lot. It says the champ and the failure. The father can never resolve or escape this duality. See, you win some, you lose some. It is inherited in the archetypes itself, witnessing the father's limitations, allowing the child to grow beyond the family into the world. Okay? So that's what you have. That's what you're looking at. So listen, these things that you have abandoned, these emotions that you're going to tap back into, it can be intense. It can open a can of worms, Pandora's box, something that you haven't been willing to feel, or experience in a long time. But what you need to know is that it's well worth it. Okay. It's well worth it. What have you forgotten about? Okay. That's the threshold. Your emotions, being at one with your emotions, being at peace with your emotions and allowing yourself to experience them is what I'm seeing. Okay. So now we're going to see the third thing. Okay. Let's see what that is. And that is the ordeal. Okay. So that's the threshold that you have to cross. Once you hear this call to really create, really allow yourself to create a new life, a new way of being, to play with life some, okay? The threshold is to actually allow yourself to feel your emotions, okay? And it says the third card is the ordeal, the deeply profound challenge or dilemma you will face along the way. This is lurking in the shadows that will reveal itself so you can grow. So once you decide to open your emotions, once you decide to go there, to cross that threshold, you're going to be met with a challenge. And okay, here it is. What's that challenge? Ooh, hold on. I always mess these words up. Let me see what that is right here. Oh, but I know you see like the blue, the truth. Oh, and the crown. Like I feel like a great awakening. Something's going to be awakened inside of you. The sustainer. Let's see. Yeah. That's the, can you do this? Can you be open to this? That's what I'm seeing. The sustainer. Once you open these emotions, of course, a lot of things are going to flood through. And it says the peacemaker, the upholder, the preserver, the sustainer, the second archetype in the trio of existence, works behind the scenes, tending to the task of life. So I feel like allowing yourself to create something, to go to these emotions, are going to really help you heal, help you mend, help you open up. And I feel like this is going to be some mending deep down in your sacral chakra, even as a child, that I feel like you're going to be getting over, moving through. And it can be intense, it can be extremely intense, okay? But what spirit needs you to know, that you are the sustainer, okay? You can do this, because when in light, it talks about abundance, generosity, supportive, okay, reliable. When dark, overworked, resentful, trapped, and tired. This is why you have to push through the threshold. This is why you have to, get to this ordeal, because currently right now, that's what you're experiencing: overworked, okay? Trapped, tired. And go deeper. We have Lakshmi. This is the goddess of, of financial abundance. So I feel like there's something that you're overworking yourself in. The sustainer is a peace in the progress, in the process of life, knowing there is no start or finish to humble yet meaningful tasks. They have a natural instinct to nourish others, to achieve, to preserve Earth's resources, to consider environment impact, to see their role in the divine cycle of life. It's common for the sustainer to become overworked. And that's what I feel right here. You're overworked. You've been overextending yourself, over sacrificing your dreams, over putting you to the back burner. And now it's time for you to, make a decision, by opening your emotions. You have to see this and deal with this. And it can be, a little tough. Because when, one thing is, when we start to really be about ourselves and do what makes us happy, the people that used to rely on us, they start feeling some kind of way. But no, it's not fair to you. It's what I'm seeing here. So now, being that, you're going to this, but listen, learning how to say no, and realizing that, I have to sustain others, but I also have to sustain myself. This is something a lesson that you need to learn. And next, by learning that and finding that balance, okay, we have the boon. And the boon is the reward, the wisdom, the skill, or the blessing you will attain on the journey. This is the gift, okay, mystical by nature. So we have, okay, oh, I mess these words up, guys, but we're going to see exactly what that is, okay? And this, this is something that this is what you're going to be gifted with, and it can't be found in your comfort zones, okay? So let's just see what that entails. OMG, this is the last card in the archetype. It talks about the soul of the world, all that is. Ooh, 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 ooh. When light, tending to the sacred details of life. When dark, overwhelmed by the bigness of existence. It says, the principle accept all, reject none. Simply put, It is the living soul of the world in all its multi-phase, dimensional layers, bonded together by loving cosmic forces. Diversity is celebrated, multi-phase is honored, and nothing is denied. Okay, embrace contrast of separation into the wonderful mess of shared consciousness. This card is the link between the literal and the imaginable, the rational and the mystic. It is the connective fiber that makes life meaningful. This card indicates an initiation of the level of the soul. You will awaken the unique light within and witness how this light contributes to the radiance of the entire universe. You will sense yourself as a critical note in the cosmic orchestration. The destiny is altered as you hear the enchanted melody of all living things. Okay, it says this card is the energy behind the world. In the world card in the tarot deck, both carry themes of universal unity, completeness, and embrace. So I really feel like everything is going to come together. And I feel like when you choose to play, you have the sternness, you know what that is, but I feel like there's something that you're being asked to allow yourself to play with. Okay? And even, this is going to even open you up to love, because these two dolphins are sticking out to me. We have play, play right here. These two dolphins are sticking out to me, and I feel like, it's time for you to co-create. And then you have let the feminine lead the way. Let your emotions guide you. This is where you're at on your soul's journey currently, is allowing your emotions to guide you, because it's the seed of the heart. It's planting seeds that will grow, especially from your heart. You can trust your emotions, and maybe for so long, because of the responsibility or whatever, for whatever reason, you haven't allowed yourself to feel all of your emotions. Okay. And I feel like it's time for you to allow yourself to feel all of your emotions. So one of the things I want to do is see, where are you at on your soul's journey? Spirit, where are they at? Ooh, Anna, the grandmother of Jesus, seeding the light, laying foundation, divine plan. Yeah, it's time. It's time for you to create what it is that you want, because I feel like you have something that the world needs. Okay? Leap. You go first and the universe will catch you. This is what you're being guided to do right now in your soul's path, your soul's journey, is to leap. Leap with these ideas. Leap with whatever is coming your way. Yes, soul family, call in your tribe. You don't have to do it alone, and dance. Do something to shift your vibration. Now, didn't we say play? Come on, play. Life is asking you to play with it. Let's see, what do you need to surrender to truly open up to where you are on your soul's journey, my love? What do they need to surrender, Spirit, to truly open up to where they are on their soul's journey? What do they need to surrender? Okay, here we go. It says, surrender outdated beliefs about yourself. Let go of limiting ideas about yourself that originate from the past. Then you can own your power and soar in your life. Okay, you have to change your outlook about yourself and surrender the desire to control people. You can't control people. You just can't. And surrender the stubbornness. All this, I feel like this is ego. Distorted masculine energy, male or female, it doesn't even matter. Yeah. See, surrender obsessive thinking. If you're obsessing about a person or a situation, turn the Demilla over to Spirit. Doing so will help you bring you clarity, even solve the problem. And I feel like that's something that you do. You have a tendency to worry about people and whatever, because of your sustainer. There's this defensiveness. I can't even speak. Yeah, look, always be right. And the underlining is people pleasing. Surrender people pleasing, because guess what happens? It turns into resentment. That's what happens. You get burnt out. Okay. What else happens? Frustration happens. So I feel like you're being asked to really play with life. Allow yourself a break so you can transmute this energy. You're being asked to, move past it so you can transmute this energy right here. So let's just see, where are they at, Spirit, currently on their soul mission? Where are they at on their soul's journey? Where are they at right now in this very moment? What are they working through? What are they experiencing right now on their soul's journey? Okay. Confidence is your key to success. And we have meditate and contemplate. The confidence to meditate. Look, we got some two again. Two is very significant. Two. I'm just like the two whales, like twos, pairs. Okay. Adjustments are required. I feel like if you're trying to manifest life, or not life, but for some life, but love too. I feel like there are some adjustments that's needed. Okay, yeah. But guess what? An end of a tough cycle approaches. There's some adjustments needed in your relationships of some sort. Okay. And I feel like you're worried about this. It could be in family, it could be in friends, it could be in a loved one. You know what it is, but it's a win-win outcome is forecasted. Okay. But communication is key. And communication is key. Yeah. It's time to release the negativity. It is. So that way you can truly soar. So right now in your soul's journey, you're currently releasing the things that keep you, that keep you booked busy and, not really mingling with your soul's desires. Yeah. Delight. I delight in everything in the world and divine joy. So that's what's currently right here for you right now. Okay, and we also got success right here for you. Come on, and acceptance. I unconditionally accept, cherish, and love myself just as I am. Okay? So you're really learning, my love muffin, how to have a balance of give and receive. Also, how to allow yourself to feel all of your emotions and be in acceptance, and it's okay not to carry all the bags and have to carry all the weight. And it's okay to play with life. Okay. So my love muffins, I hope that this brought you some clarity and some understanding. It was such an honor to read. For the beautiful soul who watched this video, I love you so freaking much. Okay. And I will catch you on my channel. Take care. And if you would like to view this on a more in-depth personal level, you can always schedule a personal intuitive session with me. And all of that information is in the description box down below. And I will catch you later. Take care. Follow, she blazing.